A big fat German twin turbo diesel Grand Tourer. This is going to be an interesting video, guys. I've just bought this car. It came in yesterday. I'll be honest, I've driven it already because I was quite excited when it came in. But today we're going to be doing the usual stuff. Walk around, HPI, go for a little drive in it, show you how well it drives, and then we're going to do Draggy times as well to see how it compares to all of my other cars on the Draggy leaderboard. Let's get on it. Yeah, typically it did just decide to start raining midway through filming this video, but it would do that. In fairness, the weather's been all right lately, isn't it? It's sort of perking up a little bit. Summer is coming, guys, and that's all good. We've got a pan roof on this car, by the way, so if you wanted to cruise this particular car in the summer, I think that would be an amazing thing to get that roof open. Now, I've recently been daily driving since like the sale of my M5. I've been recently daily driving this BMW X4. It's super boring, hasn't got much going for it, not great spec, but it's all right. You know, it does its job. But one thing that's really impressed me with this car is it's a 3-litre diesel, right? Single turbo diesel engine. It's very quick, like not very quick, but okay quick. And it is surprisingly good on fuel. Like, I can't believe how cheap that thing is to run in comparison to my M5. It would be, but it is surprising how good it is to run. Now, I've been looking at big fat diesels. I've been thinking I could happily daily drive a big fat diesel. Now, in the mix of all of these thoughts that I've been having, this car arrived. We bought it from another dealership. It was a part exchange car of theirs. We've brought it in, and it's actually a really nice thing. It's a 2007 57 635D coupe, right? Back in the day, the 6 Series was an absolutely legendary car. My dad actually had one. My dad had one of the old 635, I think it was a CSI in white. I think I've got a picture of it. If I have, I'll put it on the screen now. And after that, they stopped making them. I think that was called the E24 6 Series. And then about 15 years later, they released this 6 Series here. And at that time, I think I was about 16 years old, probably. So that was about 2004, by the way, when these cars came out. And I remember seeing them on the road thinking, that is a serious car. And they were making money. I think they were over £50,000 new. We'll go through HPI in a sec and tell you exactly what this thing cost new. And we will go through all of the optional extras that it has. So this is, like I say, a 635D. It's the M57 engine, which is a 3-litre twin turbo. It produces 280 horsepower and 500, let me just get this right, 1 second, guys, got it all written down on my phone. This car's got 280 horsepower, 428 pounds-feet of torque, and 580 newton meters of torque. Now, to put that into comparison to a petrol engine of the same era, let's compare it to an E92 M3, which was also the same sort of era, 57 plate. Them cars there have got 420 horsepower, pounds-feet of torque, where's the pounds? 295 pounds-feet of torque and 400 newton meters of torque. So in comparison, this thing here is producing a hell of a lot more power than the M3 competitor. Is it a competitor? I don't know, but it's interesting. Let's continue with the walk around. So these were available in 2 formats, the coupe and the convertible. Now, ironically, the coupe was called an E63. Sounds quite similar to a Mercedes name, but that is just a chassis name, guys. And then the E64 was the convertible. The E63 weighed 1,650 kilos. That's obviously this car here. And the convertible was 200 kilos more, 1,850 kilos. So they're a big, fat, heavy car. And to me, I've always thought they look like a bit like a bloody whale, didn't they? I don't know if that's a random analogy, but if I was going to compare this car to an animal, it would definitely be a whale. Now at the back we've got 2 exhausts. I think that looks really cool, man. I remember seeing these cars on the road, like I said earlier, back in the day. I think they look good. They've got some serious road presence. I think this car was shadow grey. I don't know the exact name of the colour, but that car in that colour with the pan roof does look beautiful. Now we're hopping on the inside. Quickly open the bonnet. I'm going to get shouted at now for parking. Quickly open the door. There you go. Got the old sort of keyless key, if that's what you want to call it. On the inside, very luxury place to be. Look at that big steering wheel. It's essentially a BMW 5 Series chassis that's been shortened, by the way. So this car has a hell of a lot of similarities to the BMW 5 Series, which again, I was a big fan of, all right? So I think what we're going to do now, we'll throw the camera up in the window, we'll quickly fly through HPI, and then we're going to go for a little drive here, and then do Draggy times, all right? Let's jump in. I've got this horrible neck ache at the minute. You know, sometimes I must have slept funny. I don't know what's happened, but sometimes I don't know if any of you lot get that, just like a cramped neck. You sort of have to move your whole body with your head if you want to move your neck. But forget about that. I was just admiring my E46 M3, you know, the one I bought from auction recently, the mint, sort of good mileage, black manual coupe. We've just had the wheels refurbed. It's looking absolutely stunning, man. Even we've had it polished as well last couple of days, and all the rainwater's just sitting on it nicely. Looking really good. So yeah, a lot of nice BMWs around me at the minute. X4 diesel included. Sounds very calm, I suppose. It's a diesel, can't really expect much else. 30 miles left in the fuel range. Yeah, we could do with getting a bit of fuel. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Heated seat on. It's quite a nice place to be in here. Like, for an old car, it's quite a nice place to be. It's yeah, I wouldn't say modern. I wouldn't go as far as, I suppose it is quite modern, isn't it? Is it modern? What do you reckon, guys? Let's quickly talk about values. I think that's what's important, because for the value, I think it's a really good car for the money. They start at about, you can actually buy a 6 Series for about 3 or 4 grand. There's various petrol engines available. There was only one diesel engine available, which was the 635D, and at that time it's quite random or quite strange for a diesel engine to be in like a sports car. But it was at that time also that diesel engines became really popular. Everyone loved diesel engines. They did produce a lot of torque. They were quite efficient to run, and people started liking the idea of diesel. So it's quite strange to see a diesel engine in a big fat sort of German Grand Touring sports car, but it worked really well, right? So yeah, the only available diesel engine was the 635D, and they start at about £6,000 online. So you can pick one of these up for 6 grand, and I think that is a great car for the money. Going back to the interior, for a 6 grand car, it ain't too bad at all, all right? So let me quickly pull up the HPI. The iDrive system, by the way, it does get criticised a lot because it's, I don't know, a bit complicated to use apparently. I just read a couple of reviews online, but I don't think it's bad at all. In fact, I thought it was quite, at that time, it was brilliant for its time, yeah? I compliment the iDrive system in this car. So, yeah, quickly pull up HPI. Here we go then, Y2HYM. Obviously it's a private plate. Generally what I do with private plates is I tend to retain them, put the car back to its original plate. I think it's better for the car to have its original plate on. The private reg has no relevance to whoever's about to buy it. I mean, it could possibly have relevance by some pure coincidence, but I doubt it will have. So we retain all the plates. I put the plates up for sale, and yeah, we continue to sell the car. So currently it is still on this private reg. It's 5 registers are all clear, which is good. It's not stolen, not got no finance, not categorised or nothing like that. And if we look at the vehicle ID as well, 6 former keepers, which ain't bad for the age of the car. First registered in October 2007, and it is a 635D Sport Auto as well, right, in grey. So we'll go back to spec check. That's obviously the thing that we're usually quite interested in. £53,000 new this car was. 53 grand. That sounds like a lot of money for the time. Yeah, a lot of money. 5,120 quid's worth of optional extras. If we flick down to the optional equipment, we've got the navigation system, professional, 2,090 quid for the sat nav. Oh my god, no wonder it got criticism, but it's amazing thing to have sat nav in your car back then, I suppose. Glass roof was 925 quid with the tilt function. So this glass roof only tilts, guys. It doesn't open, so you can't physically open it. You've got a big blind there. You can close the blind if you wish to. For the benefit of this video, I'm going to open the blinds. It lets light in. It's beautiful. I love that, but it is only tiltable, not slidable. Sport seats for the driver and the passenger. So these apparently the sport seat option. They were 630 quid. Bluetooth telephone prep telematics, 465 pounds. 465 quid for bloody Bluetooth. This is it makes you think, realise how old this car is. That is crazy. Every car nowadays surely comes with Bluetooth as standard. So CD changer for 6 CDs, 295 pounds. Again, reminding you of the era of this car. It is of the CD era. Interior and exterior auto mirrors. I did notice it's got folding mirrors. I guess that's what it means. Amazing high gloss shadow line. No idea what that is. Could it be the black trim around the window? Possibly. That looks really good. 250 quid. USB interface, not sure where that is. Is it in here? Is it up there? We've got an armrest. We've got a phone, something under there. We've got a sports button here, by the way. I will get that on for the video. But yeah, that's also interesting. BMW Assist, BMW Online, leather Dakota in black, and space grey metallic paint. That was a £0 option. Total 5,120 quid. Now the NMR check, it's got no mileage discrepancies, which is wonderful. Market values of this car, based on the fact that it's got 170,000 miles, which it doesn't have, because that would probably be the average mileage for the age of the car. This car has actually done 119,000 miles. But based on it having 172,000 miles, it would retail at £4,907. There isn't any on the market currently with that mileage, so it's really difficult to judge exactly what it would be worth. But that is powered by Auto Trader. If we head over to my system, which is enter reg, here we go. The cap book valuation for this car, the retail value is 6275. Again, they start at 6 grand. It's hard getting one good spec. Really difficult car to put a value on, but it's worth in that region. All right, so let's now head out on the road and see what it drives like. Immediate power. The torque on this car is a bloody joke. You just notice it instantly. Get them wipers on. So I've always thought strange about these cars. Why are the wipers on the other way round on this car? Like if I put the wiper on now, what? Usually they sweep from the left up to the right, don't they, in a right-hand drive car? Maybe, I don't know. If any BMW technicians out there are watching, or anyone with a bit of logic can tell me, is that a stupid question or not? I don't know. But yeah, the torque on this car, look, rear-wheel drive, guys. Back end is trying to light up. Obviously, it is a wet day, so it would do that. But I'll be honest, I kind of didn't expect it would be as quick as it actually is. The throttle response is just bang on. The power is there. This car could pass as a tuned car. It is that quick. Now, when I drove it the other day when it came in, we'll just slow down again. I'm getting a bit excited, and I want to feel that power again. What is that all about? When it came in, I thought, should I park the X4 up and start to drive the 635D? That was kind of like the dilemma I was faced with. Should I just forget about the X4? Because at the minute I am just driving stock, yeah, which is alright. It's exciting in the sense that it's good for content. I can put different bits on my Instagram all the time, but it's not alright because I want to have my own car. Alright, I drove this up the road and I thought, yeah, this is quick. But the thing that the X4 offers, I suppose, is it's a bit more, I don't know, got a bit more space, a bit more modern. That's it. I'm talking rubbish, you know. Wow. But the point is, anyway, for whatever reason, I chose to drive the X4. But after driving this now, I'm actually quite impressed with it. Traction control light is constantly flickering at me, like it's trying to wheel spin all the time. There it goes again. In fact, let's just get that turned off because it's not having much time, much luck putting power down. Traction control. There you are. There you are. We have got the sports button still on, and I'll keep it on for the duration of this journey. Oh my God! Oh! It was literally spinning up the road there. What a brilliant car, man. So I think what we'll do now is we'll cut to the Draggy times section of the video and see how quickly we can get it from 20 to 70 mile an hour, yeah? Right, so I've just pulled over quickly because I thought before we do the Draggy times, let's quickly look at the leaderboard and see where we think it might fall on the leaderboard. Now, yesterday I done a video on the Honda Civic Type R FN2 Mugen edition. That done it in 7.41 seconds. I feel like if it could beat that, that would be quite impressive. Now this car does 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds, which usually Draggy times 20 to 70 mile an hour are quite comparable, but sometimes they're a bit slower than that. The convertible, by the way, does it in 6.6 seconds, so it's 0.3 of a second slower. Just thought I'd quickly throw that in. So quicker than the FN2 Mugen would be amazing. Even quicker than that would be even more amazing, but we'll see, yeah? 7.41 to beat. Let's see how we get on. I think traction is going to be an issue, by the way. It's definitely going to be an issue, but we'll see, yeah? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yeah. That's it. Keep straight, keep straight. Do you know what? That weren't too bad at all. There's 70 mile an hour, guys. Keep down. Oh my God. Okay, this is good and bad news. The bad news is, it's not a verified time, right? But the good news is, it started with a 5. It done it in 5.42 seconds. Surely this car has been tuned. That is mega quick. But we can't use that time because it's an unverified time. So we need to do a couple more runs and see what verified time we get, all right? Let's go. 3, 2, 1, come on! No wheel spin, please, no wheel spin. There's a little bit of a spin there. This section of the road seems a bit damper than that previous section. Done. This feels bloody quick, this car. Right, Good news and bad news, guys. The good news is we got a verified time. The verified time was not as quick as the previous time. So that's the bad news. It's done in 5.54 seconds. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a couple more runs off camera because I think I can get low fives on this car, and then I'll come back to you in a sec, all right? So I am back with the result of the Draggy time. So I did do multiple runs. I've had to stop because the 31 mile range that I did have is now turned to 6 miles, and I reckon it's even less than that because the needle is like off below the 0 now. So I'm going to start heading to a petrol station. But the best time that I've done, the best verified time, was 5.51 seconds, which is massively impressive. I know full well this car can do it quicker than that. There was one section of road that was really dry. I didn't head back there. I think that probably would have been the best way to go. But 5.51 seconds is still an impressive time. That puts it just slightly quicker than the 2014 BMW 635D, which is quite impressive, man. Like, that is a far lighter car than this, but considering the age of this car and the weight of it, that's amazing, man. So yeah, I think my summary of this car is it's basically my feeling towards diesel engines in a whole. Like, since selling my M5, I've been looking at diesel engines to daily drive, just something like a BMW M50D. Those that follow me on Instagram will know that I've been mentioning these as thoughts for daily drivers. Another car that I considered was, ironically, a BMW 640D Grand Coupe. I think they're a very cool car, great value for money. You can pick one up for about £15,000. Big power, great economy. Like that X4 diesel that I'm driving, I'm getting about 80 miles out of 20 quid's worth of diesel, and that's by today's prices. Power delivery on a diesel is addictive. I love the way that the power's just on point all the time. They're tunable. The one downfall with diesel, of course, is they don't make the same noise as a petrol engine. So if you're a massive petrol head like I am, you will miss that. But they are a very, very good alternative, all right? So yeah, that's my summary. The 635D is a brilliant car, great value for money. Overall, I am impressed with it. It's definitely exceeded my expectations more than I expected it would. I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. Gonna get to the petrol station. Fuel's gone up to 7 miles now, but I am going to run out very soon. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did like this video, do me a favour and hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you're new to my channel. And if you're on Instagram, give me a follow on Instagram at Calvin's Car Diary. And I'll see you in my next video, alright? Bye.